Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? Oh yeah, I'm coming right back at y'all with another final prediction. Oh yeah, we got ERICKSON LUBIN, JEISON ROSARIO, co-main event. I told y'all, man, this Gervonta Tank Davis and Mario Barrios card is going to be full of action. They were supposed to have Julian J. Rock Williams fighting, but I just seen that he got an injury. So, damn, that's a bummer because I would have loved to see him on that card as well. But nonetheless, with these two matchups, it's a hell of a card just off the strength of that. You got to buy and purchase this pay-per-view and show up to the fight just off of the strength of these two fights. I already did the Tank Davis and Mario Barrios prediction. Now it's time to get into what is probably going to be the best fight on the card, the best fight of the night. This shit really might steal the show. You know what I'm saying? ERICKSON LUBIN versus JEISON ROSARIO. This is a hell of a fight. It's a great stylistic matchup. It's going to be a lot of action. There's a lot on the line in this fight. This, in my opinion, is really a make it or break it type of fight for both guys, especially for ERICKSON LUBIN, in my opinion, because I feel like ERICKSON LUBIN has the most to lose and the most to gain in this fight because he has the most potential. He's 25, about to be 26. An extremely skilled and talented fighter. Got in the ring very early with a Jermell Charlo who was already seasoned and in his prime and, you know, entering his prime and just dominating. And, you know, he got knocked out in the first round. We really didn't get a lot of film on him in that fight, so we really don't know what he would have looked like stylistically and skill for skill wise versus Jermell Charlo. You know, but a lot of people feel like that loss took a lot out of him. Not physically, but mentally. A lot of people feel like that he's never the same after that. That he won't recover mentally. That he don't have the same confidence, or that kind of just dropped him down a few notches as far as his potential and what he could possibly accomplish in his career. But I still believe that ERICKSON LUBIN is every bit as talented as he was before he took that L versus Jermell Charlo. And I think his potential is every bit as high as it was back then. There's footage that came out of him knocking down Berlanga and sparring and shit, man. But I've been telling boys, ERICKSON LUBIN been beating up guys and sparring for long before that. You know, there's plenty of footage around of him just toying with guys, just beating the brakes off motherfuckers in sparring. But this is a real fight. This ain't sparring. And JEISON ROSARIO, you know, JEISON ROSARIO has a lot to gain in this fight as well. Only 2 losses. One to, who's that? Nathan Gallimore. And then also he lost to Jermell Charlo recently as a unified champion in a unification match where Jermell was bringing his WBC title to the table. 4 belts on the line, the 3 major titles, and plus the ring title. You know, so he lost that fight in dramatic fashion, got stopped to the body by a jab. And it looked like he was convulsing and having a seizure on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So that was a terrible way to go out. And, you know, this is a great opportunity for him to show that, hey, I'm still here. I'm still a credible guy. I'm still a force to be reckoned with. And y'all gonna have to respect me. Put some motherfucking respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? I can still compete with the top guys in the division. If JEISON ROSARIO loses this fight, though, I don't think it knocks him back as much as it does Lubin. Well, let me say, it does. It has a huge effect on Rosario if he loses. But I think it's a little bit more weight on Lubin simply because he's the guy that people are looking to as a future star. He's a guy that people are looking to, at least me, I look at Lubin with the talent and skill level of a guy that could be world champion one day. Now, Rosario has already been world champion. Now, granted, it only lasted for one fight, but when you in a division like 154, these guys are fighting. The top competition is fighting constantly. These guys are constantly mixing it up. So when you get, see, a lot of fans ain't used to this. When you get the best versus the best in a particular division, you gonna see guys losing. You ain't gonna see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 undefeated guys, 3 champions all undefeated, and neither one of them fought each other. You're not gonna see that at the 154-pound division because everybody fighting, so somebody gotta lose. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, but I do think that this, if JEISON Rosario goes out there, he takes an L. If it's competitive and he gives a great account of himself, which I believe he will, then it may not do as much damage. He probably will still, in the future, get another opportunity at either a title or a title eliminator or just another big name. He might get another opportunity. He might step into that role as just like a stepping stone. Or he might have to just move up to 160 and see what he can do up there, right? He's a pretty big guy for 154 as it is. You know, but with ERICKSON LUBIN, man, with him getting into position to fight for the WBC championship versus Jermell Charlo, get knocked out in the first round, he's been through a lot, man, to work his way back into a position to possibly get another title shot. He changed trainers. Now I'm with Kevin Cunningham. He's been looking really good. He's been boxing more. He's, in my opinion, after that loss to Jermell, he's been a more complete fighter. Just looking to use his boxing skills as opposed to just relying on the power. You know, his nickname is the Hammer. He got Jack and he got Sledge. I don't know if I got it right. I know the left hand is one and the right hand is another. He called him Jack and Sledge, and that brother hit hard, as you seen in that sparring video versus Eric Berlanga. And I call Berlanga the bed tucker. That's one of the hardest hitting motherfuckers in boxing. But, you know, hey, even the monsters can get dropped. You dig what I'm saying? So, but this is a great fight. I think this fight gonna come down to stylistic clashes, man. And look, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, y'all know I'm up front. I'm up in front and honest about, you know, who I'm supporting or who I'm rooting for. Number one, I'm a fan of both Rosario and Lubin. I like both of these guys. But I am a huge ERICKSON LUBIN fan, and I'm rooting for him in this fight because I think the kid can really be great. And I want to see him be just that. So I am rooting for ERICKSON LUBIN in this fight. I am rooting for him, but it's a clash of styles. Now, on paper and on film, ERICKSON LUBIN is overall the better boxer. He's the more skilled guy. He has more tools in the toolbox. Southpaw, he got a good jab, power in both hands. He can fight from range and he can fight on the inside. He can fight going backwards. He can fight off of the ropes. He goes to the body. He's a very intellectual fighter. He has high ring IQ, pretty good head movement. The kid really can do it all. The only questionable thing is his chin. Can his chin hold up versus a heavy hitter that lands clean on him? Because every now and then you're going to get clipped. Can his chin hold up? In the Terrell Gausha fight, he got hurt. You know, it was a slight little overhand right. He got hurt. You know what I'm saying? A little wobble, but he recovered quickly, and he finished that round strong, and he finished the fight strong. You know what I'm saying? So you can't look too much into that, but it is something that you got to consider. Lubin is the overall more complete fighter. JEISON Rosario is a very skilled fighter as well. He is a very, very skilled counterpuncher who has the ability to come forward and apply great pressure. And he can do it with skill and with education and a jab behind it. And he goes to the body and he's steadfast. He's physically strong. He's physically imposing. And that is the key to this fight. It's the stylistic matchup. Even though I just explained how I told you both guys have their own skill set and their own abilities, but I think Lubin is overall the more skilled and better fighter and a better boxer. But just because you the better and more skilled guy, that don't necessarily mean you gonna win a fight, because it's about the styles. It's about the stylistic matchup. And what worries me in this fight, because again, I am rooting for ERICKSON LUBIN in this fight, you know, but I'm gonna give you a breakdown and an analysis that's gonna be clear cut and accurate. You know what I'm saying? No matter who I'm rooting for, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to myself. But what concerns me in this fight with Lubin is that I haven't seen enough film on him being pressured by a guy like Jeison Rosario. I believe Jermell Charlo would have pressured him, but that was only 2 minutes of film. I ain't really got a chance to see him live under the lights, you know, no sparring, live under the lights versus a pressure fighter of the caliber of Jeison Rosario, who has the power that he has, who's as physically imposing, as physically strong as Jeison Rosario. Now, Rosario, he can go down too. In his two losses, both were stoppages, one to the head and one to the body. So we've seen him wobble. And Jermell dropped him early in that. He dropped him in the first or second round. Then he also dropped him in a 6th with a left hook both times. So, you know, he's been hurt as well. So it ain't like Lubin can't knock him out and just start and flat wig him off top. That can happen. But what concerns me is that the pressure of Jeison Rosario on ERICKSON Lubin. Can he? I know he can box, you know, smart off of the back foot and set traps for Jeison Rosario, because that's what he gonna have to do. He gonna have to fight him similar to how Jermell Charlo fought Rosario. You have to set traps for Rosario, because you know what he gonna do. He coming forward. He don't fight going backwards at all. He is coming forward. Now, Lubin can try to push him backwards, but I don't know if that's the game plan, because you're going to have to take a few to give a few when you're trying to push a guy like Rosario back. And he's bigger than Lubin. So I don't know if he's going to be able to just physically push Rosario back and control him like that. That's going to be tough. I think his best bet is to use his boxing ability, counterpunch, fight. Is going to be half chess match, half dog fight for Lubin. For Rosario, it's pretty much a straight dog fight. That's what he's going to try to do, make it a dog fight. But for Lubin, he's going to have to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? Give him different looks and set traps for him. Now, he's very much so capable of doing that. But I don't know if he can do that versus somebody like Rosario, who's going to have the size advantage. I might be tripping on the reach. I didn't really look into the reach like that. Silly me. I know that's very, very important, but that's going to be a key as well. Who has the reach advantage? I'm not sure. I'm thinking right off top that is Rosario, because he's the longer and rangier guy. Well, no, Lubin really is rangy, but he's a shorter guy. So I don't know who has the reach advantage, but that's going to be key. Can Lubin keep this guy at a distance and control the distance and be able to get his shit off? You know what I'm saying? Fight off the back foot when he want to, and then still mix it up on the inside when he need to. Rosario, his #1 goal is put pressure on Lubin, back him up against the ropes, make this dude have to fight when he don't want to fight, open him up, and land big shots when you can. This is a tough one, y'all. This was tough one. And I didn't even expect for this damn prediction video to be that long. But that's how torn I am right now. This is a tough one. This is a tough one, man. My heart tells me ERICKSON Lubin is going to win this fight. My heart tells me that ERICKSON Lubin is the more skilled guy. He's the better fighter. And he has the most potential out of these two guys. He can do more things, but my mind is telling me that this style might not be good for him. This style, this particular fighter that's using this style, it might be tough for him. I'm going with Jeison Rosario by knockout. I know that might be that unpopular opinion. I'm going with Jeison Rosario by knockout. I'm going to say in round 7. Jeison Rosario by knockout, round 7. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am dead wrong, because I want ERICKSON Lubin to win this fight, man. I really want to see. And if he can overcome this, if he show me that he can take Rosario's shots and play good defense and then put that motherfucking shit on him as well, if he can do all that, man, I can't wait to see what's next. I want to see him versus Charlo, the rematch. If Charlo can get past Castano, But I gotta go with my mind on this one, man. I think JEISON Rosario the pressure might be too much. I think he gonna land the right shots at the right time. And I think he gonna stop ERICKSON LUBIN, man, in 7 rounds. It's 7 rounds. That's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. That's one of the hardest predictions I ever had to do, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How do y'all see this fight playing out? Who you got winning this fight and why? Break it down for me in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man. I hope I'm wrong about this.